Yeah, welcome to the Video Game Collectors Podcast. We saw you last week for about 30 seconds. This is episode 112, and we are excited to be back and in the swing of things. I'm Josh, and this is Matthew, Errol Flynn, Rose,
Errol Flynn,
Flynn Liz. Oh, okay. Not Errol Flynn,
not Errol Flynn. Again.
not Robin Hood. Okay. Yeah, so we really haven't been doing much, and a lot of that is my fault, to be honest with you guys. And I hate saying shit like that, to be honest. Uh, when you get a couple kids and a wife and a couple dogs, and it's the wintertime in the Northwest, you get sick, and then somebody else gets sick in the household, then the next person gets sick, and then the next person. And then by the time the first person who was sick gets better, it comes back around, and then they get sick again. So it's this cycle. And a good friend once told me that this really happens, and I was like, we'll be okay. That friend is Robin Mahara. He warned me that you'll just be perpetually sick for like 5 years straight because of children, and he's not wrong. So I blame it on my kids, my wife, my dogs. But here we are. We're
Here we
back.
are. It was a nice break. And to be fair, I was on vacation too for a couple weeks. So
Yeah, I was ready to go a couple nights there, Matt, and then
I
it
was
was
in Maui.
busy, but mostly it was me. So.
There we go.
Yeah. So a lot has happened in video games. We do
Has it?
have new named collections. I brought that up on the last episode briefly, but there's a new Ryan, the Fire and Ice. Is that what it's called? Pedigree
I think it.
collection.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I think in between now and whenever we did the last one with Tony, Amber one-upped. Longtime video game collector got a named collection.
Oh,
And what else was there? Was that it?
no, there's one more. What was it? Uh,
Midway? Midway doesn't count.
no, that we already talked about that. There was one more, but there's been a couple of collections
Hmm.
that popped up.
Oh yeah, Josh Fairhurst from Limited Run Games.
Oh, that's what it was.
Longtime collector.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the Dubai, but that was before.
Oh, that doesn't count. Um, you can think what you want about named collections versus pedigree. I think that's a distinction that needs to be made. A named collection is more so, here's my named collection of my great items, and that's fair. I like that. I think that's cool. But I think when you get to the skinny of it, what a pedigree really is versus a named collection, the pedigree side of things is so much more fascinating than a named collection to me. Coming from maybe a single owner or a single source from back in the day, or maybe not even back in the day, but a single source that may not necessarily have been a collector, or it was a find or something that just had a lot of uniqueness to it. So a pedigree to me is really an interesting thing. A name collection, I understand where that lies and what it is, and so yeah, I think it's it's good for the hobby. So, Matt, do you have any thoughts on it?
When are we seeing the Josh Byerly?
You're never gonna see a collection with my name on it.
I would have liked to have seen the Dan Kaplan collection based on everything
I
else.
would have too. There's a post. There's you can get, if you have a Kaplan name. I think CGC will recognize it though at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
I heard that. Yeah, I think if you have a Kaplan game, he had an amazing Super Nintendo collection. I think CGC was going back, and if it can be traced to Kaplan, they'll notate it as such. So I think that's really cool. It's honorable, right?
Yep.
So
100%.
I,
Sweet.
I think name collections are a good thing. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or, you know, have a ruse to my tone or anything like that. I believe that it's an important part of tracing collections. So it's cool. Good for people. I just won't do it.
yeah,
And
it's
if when I die, people put a name on a fucking game I owned, I'll be rolling in that grave. So,
I
uh,
I kind of always saw
don't
pedigrees.
care. What's that?
I kind of always saw pedigrees. This is just me personally. When I think of like pedigree in my mind for like video game collecting or whatever, I have to tie like a major story to it or some
Hmm.
kind of major provenance. So for like me, I think pedigree and I think um I would say Braveheart collection or Rare Bucky. You'd have to say that just because it's it's so mysterious. I'd think of giant
I
finds like the Hawaii collection makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Um,
Hawaii collection, absolutely, it does.
I
I think
would
Dove should have a
oh
name.
yeah,
That's
100%.
a that's a
That's a
pedigree and
good
a
one.
half, and I think you could probably go back and retrace some of those games if you needed to. They're the one guy on Facebook, Max Dragon, whatever, that guy in Canada. He ended up purchasing the rest of Dove's stuff, and he's still selling it. So,
Wow.
um,
I
I think the CGC and Water are doing that collection a disservice that is amongst every sealed collector, and not even a sealed collector, every collector that had video games back then
yeah,
or were collecting Game Boy, NES, Genesis. The games were cheap enough where you'd buy that copy that Dove had compared to just a CIB because it was the same price. You
yeah.
get Iron Sword sealed for $30, or you could buy a complete box one for 20. So what would you do? Buy the sealed one. So those games exist in people's collections, even if they aren't sealed collectors, but they are traceable. There was lists of what Dove had, where it sold. So I think that is one that if you can pinpoint, hey, Dove had this in 2000, whatever it was, 9, 10, sold it on eBay. Maybe it was before that. Sold it off eBay, sold it on Nintendo Age. That's a collection. The Kmart collection that I found with Nissanti, I'll preach it to the day I die. 119 games should have absolutely been a pedigree. It was an amazing collection. Single owner, Kmart district employee. So there's other stuff out there that should be recognized still. And I don't think the rules for what a pedigree. Oh, the Marty O'Donnell collection. That's the one that was recent. I think that's a great one.
I like that one. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a huge part of video game history.
Hmm.
Obviously tied to Halo. Oh, we said Halo. Um,
It's okay. I was gonna blow it up with Halo this episode anyway. So,
yeah, it's okay.
um, no, I think that's a good one too, Matt. I think if you bring in people from the industry, you
Yeah.
know, there you go. Josh Fairhurst is limited run games. He's industry person. Um, you know, that's fair. Fair game. I don't know if that's a named collection or pedigree. Like, I don't
Not
know.
sure. All right. We
We had Mark Erickson. I helped him grade a bunch of his games that he had kept over the years from when he would do a cover for a video game. The company who he did the cover for would give him a copy of the game. And
yeah.
I helped him and his son get them sent into WADA way back when. They didn't get a named collection or pedigree, but they did get notated as a Mark Erickson file copy. A few of them have sold. I think he sent a couple out to auction, sold a few privately. But, Mark has 125 games of his that are graded. Some they couldn't grade, but of the covers that he did for different games that were his personal copies. I think those are story to me. Those are legacy sort of items. Um, Tracing the provenance and the history on these games is really, really cool, you know. And they do it with comics, so why not?
Well,
All right.
speaking of grading, well, we never did a follow-up, which is kind of what this video is going to be about. To should I grade it? If
Should
you
I
look,
grade it? Damn,
if you
how
look,
long will we do that?
gosh,
God.
it was a few episodes ago, but I was holding up a big crate of, sealed games I'd randomly stupidly bought through eBay and just going through it and we kind of I just held up a game and we decided, hey, should I grade this? Should I grade this? And I came down to, I think we picked like 10 games out of there that I should, and then I think I even narrowed it down further. So I narrowed it down to like 6 games that I sent in for grading. And I've had them sitting here forever. Obviously, we haven't been doing the podcast, but we're just gonna go through them. I'm gonna show you the grades so we can kind of backtrack on that episode. I'll try and remember what episode it was and leave that in the comment, or not in the comments, in the description down below. So if you want to go back and watch that video, you can. But we're going to take a look at the grades, and then I have a general value of these games written up, and then we can decide, was it worth it or was it not? So you want to get started?
Let's do it.
All right. First game up. Uh,
Should I grade it?
should I grade it? Was a Frogger
Hmm.
graded a 9.28 plus.
Look at that legacy case. This has been a while. Shit.
Well, that's what they're putting the Atari. No, that's what they're putting the Atari in, because they still had some legacy cases left, and Atari would only. Apparently, this is what they fit them in, because the rest of them are not
Oh,
legacy
you know
cases.
what? I did some DVDs recently, Matt. Ugh. 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 Sonic's the Hedgehog Tooth Steelbook, and it only fits in that holder.
Oh
So
wow! So it's
yeah, so I
dang.
did get a legacy holder on a game
Oh, okay.
or a movie.
So I think I probably paid. And which copy? This would be the Intellivision version, not
The
necessarily
Tandy
the.
Vision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I think I probably paid $50 for this. I paid about $50 to get it graded,
What's the grade?
maybe, and it's a 9.28 plus. So
928 plus on the set on the two-piece box. What the fuck's wrong with that thing?
that's a good question.
Those things are lock 9/8s.
You
Oh,
could,
did you notice they removed the big massive QR code on those labels?
yeah,
You see it?
it's gone.
Yeah. If you get a legacy game, that wad of technology don't exist.
Yeah,
So
I honestly don't know what's wrong with it that caused it to be a 9.2, but apparently something. Um,
yeah.
but that said,
Crack in case, huh?
I kind of looked up the value on this and it was about $200. So, I mean, I guess it was good. I mean, if you sell this on eBay, you're going to take, like $30 hit. And that's assuming maybe you throw it on sale. Let's say you make 150, you clear $50. I guess so. I was sitting on it. That's a lot of time and effort. Eh, I don't know. I'm not
Now you're
paying.
gonna sell them, right?
Yeah, I don't think I have this listed, but I can throw it on eBay and
Send it to Heritage. YOLO.
you could do that.
I'll tell you what. Frogger, that's the difference, I think, with eBay and Heritage. When people on eBay are searching for things or looking at your graded game auctions, they see in television and they're like, nope. Somebody on Heritage sees that game, they go, Frogger. What system was it on television? Didn't I have one of those? No, I had a ColecoVision. So I think something like that, that's a Heritage game. That's not a bad grade.
I could batch send them in to Heritage.
Hmm.
All
All
right,
right,
you ready for the
let's
next
do it.
one?
Let's go.
All right, this one was cool to me. This is going to go in my collection because it is a, sorry for the glare. It is a punched. This did come from one of the distributors down in California when he was selling them. Remember, he had a
Nice.
whole bunch of these. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World, PlayStation 2. Good grade too, 9.68 plus. This is going to go my personal collection. I valued
Do
it at 175 to $200. I paid 100 for it. I paid 50 for grading. I'm not clearing much, but I wouldn't sell it. Was it worth it? I mean,
no,
I guess
no, it wasn't worth it.
no. I
Wait
mean,
for that discount, bro.
yeah, maybe if I
If you
had,
got personal, here's the thing. Grading's a slippery slope, right? You want to grade to sell to grade. That's your thing. If you got personal collection, you want to grade your shit. Man, I wish there was like a slow service on certain things that I could just send in and let it sit there until I got to it.
yeah,
Like Wata did before, where they kept your games for 4 years. Wasn't 4 years.
Literally.
They just like the $20 tier on shit that I didn't need back in my house for the next 7 months.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense with these games personally, is
Yeah,
if you have a lot of these games,
I would absolutely send a ton of stuff in that way.
which is
If
what
there
you
was
could,
the random tier for $20 that took it was whenever we got down to it to do it.
which now I would probably do with CGC because I'd save more money because these instead of 50, these would be like $25.
Hmm.
Plus a
Yeah.
little bit of shipping. So you're probably going to average about 30.
Well, I think that's something we should go over. CGC did raise their price. So I
Oh, I
don't know
didn't.
what it is now, but I'm thinking it's right around the same price as Wata.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. It used to be 25, but, and VGA is more than that. So I guess you're screwed either way.
Yeah. Hey, VJ's bankrupt though. You heard it.
Oh, yeah. We can get into that on the next episode. All right. Next up. Transformers PlayStation 2. I think this one came out. This this came out of 98A plus. I would say any 98A plus, that's worth it. I valued it at 300. I know I'm into 150 for grading, so 300, you doubled up. That's kind of the tier what I'm looking. If I'm looking to grade something to sell it or to get rid of it, I'm kind of wanting to double to cover costs and things like that.
Yeah.
I think Josh can agree with that.
Oh yeah,
Double.
I lose money all the time on grading shit because I'm an idiot.
So, you're that's kind of your mark you're looking at. So this was a win. I would say this was a win. Maybe it
That's a
won't
cool game too.
maybe it
Uh,
won't sell for 300, but I have room too, so it doesn't matter. I could sell it for 2 and still do okay.
so Matt, we're gonna open auction these, right? You're just gonna let them rip.
I'll open auction a couple of them. I don't mind.
Shit, send them to me. I'll put them up in my next auction. We'll just do it.
My open auctions haven't been going good. So hey, if anybody wants to get a deal on eBay, when I randomly open auction, they go for really cheap.
No, just send it to me, and I'll stack it in with my next 100 game auction I run. I'm doing one right
Really,
now.
really cheap. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll send it to you.
Did you see all the Xbox shit I listed?
Not ye Oh no, I've been bidding on a few of them.
Oh, you have.
And I'm
Okay.
not shill bidding him. I'm actually bidding on him. I want you to
Please
know that
shell bid my shit.
he didn't ask me to bid on him. I want a few of them, so I'm bidding on them.
There's some cool ones in there. They're all severely undergraded. They're all a letter grade bump. Every one of them. I gave them to Wada when Wada was super, super harsh on CL grades.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's Matt's bedtime.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this one was not a good one. Uh, I mean, the game itself is good. It's the promotional Zelda.
B plus.
Yeah, 9.2 B plus.
I
That pretty much killed anything here. I might as well crack it out and sell it raw. I valued this at yeah, I know I paid $100 for this. I paid 50 grading. I'm valuing this as it sits. If I left it in this case at $100,
hmm
it would be better to crack this out and sell it raw.
Shit like that pisses me off so much.
It's
I
called
just I
burning
just like
money.
I'll put them up on eBay and just let them go and they'll sell for like 50 $40 $50. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's just total garbage.
Yeah.
Next up, it didn't come out the grade I wanted, so this one came harder. Tomb Raider greatest hits, 9.48 plus. I kind of wanted at least a 9.6. I don't know how it got a 9. Oh, I know how I got a 9.4. You got to pay attention when you're grading things. As small as the insert here, how it pushes against those little tabs. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see. It left marks on both of these tabs, and so
So let's
I got
talk about
engaged.
how WADA handles this. I am like I have like kind of a personal issue with how they handle the front cover of games like PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, and to a lesser extent Turbo Graphics. they grade the manual as part of the box because that's the manual for the game, right?
Yeah, correct. It's inside.
So they're grading that as part of the box, and it's really not part of the box. Because if you're grading that as a CIB, that is being graded as the manual.
But you're still gonna
So
put it
how
in.
did they decide on say for instance you open that as a CIB? How are they deciding like you slide that in, you look at that thing, you're like, "Oh, it's got two little dings on it here on the edge."
Well, the
This
manual will
this
probably get,
box with that cover looking like that on the edge, that's a 9.2. Oh, let's open the manual. Oh, the manual is actually 8.5. So what do you see what the dilemma is here? It doesn't work.
logically it doesn't. I don't disagree with the 9.4 though, because it is aesthetically looking at it.
Is it about aesthetics or is that the condition of the fucking manual?
That's a fair argument.
Because it's the case you should be grading, not the manual inside. Put a subgrade for the manual. I've never really voiced this concern, but it's bothered me a long time.
I've never thought about it that way, but that's
Like
fair.
you get the spine ticks on the not spine ticks, you get slight creasing on the side where the staples are, you know. How is that part of the box?
It's a
I
fair
don't know.
question.
It's not part of the box. It's
Uh,
fucking part of the manual.
on I will say on Tomb Raider, valued it at 125, maybe $100. I'm into it. About $100 total. So
Paid $100 for that?
no, I paid 50 and 50
Oh,
grade.
okay.
So
Um,
kind of
I think that would sell for over $200, Matt.
kind of a maybe in a good market. Um,
No, I've done well with greatest hits PlayStation games of popular names. Anywhere from like I've sold Crashes, I've sold Tomb Raiders, sold Soul Blade. If Rayman, if it's a popular IP for PlayStation 1 and a greatest hits and it grades nines, no cracks on the case, and an A or A plus seal, they do anywhere from $200 to $400. They do well. It's kind of our mentality that we have with Super Nintendo games where we see a player's choice game and we're like, fuck that. But then you see it sell and you're like, wait a minute. Same with PlayStation 1 greatest hits on popular franchise. They do well. So Grand Theft Auto greatest hits does well. Great tie. So
I did want to add to this whole because those didn't come out great. I wanted to add a little bit to this to kind of show like a buying perspective when I'm looking at things of things I really know. Uh, to give you an idea of when it does make sense to grade. So I was at Josh and I should say, were at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. And there was a guy selling a Halo 2 do not sell before. And I he it was
where
just
was
raw.
that?
It was just raw. It was the same guy I bought the controller from. And he said, "Hey,
Oh,
could you look at
Jeremy had it, huh?
yeah, he said, "Hey, could you look at this? What do you think this is grade?" And I looked at it and I said, "Hey man, that's a nine." He said, "We're asking this much." I think it was like 200 or something for it. And he said, "What do you think of grade?" And I said, 9.6 A plus. And I said, that's, probably, in a good market, it's an 800 plus game all day long. And he eventually came back around to my booth and said, "Hey, do you want to buy this game?" And I said, "Well, I mean, I think you should grade it." Anyway, long story short, he gave it to me for 175. I was like, "Dude, you don't have to, but I appreciate it. Thank you." And I graded it, and hey, what do you know? It graded a 9.6 A plus. And yes, do not sell before. I know Halo very well, so this was a good buy. This made sense to buy to grade. Can I make a profit on this? Sure. Am I a hoarder? Yes, I'll probably just hold on to this forever.
I Matt, it's funny you say that. I was looking him up right now. His Instagram name is Storm City Retro. Jeremy is a great dude, awesome guy. Hooked Matt up with that controller.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I think his buddy ended up buying that Doom.
Well,
That
his
was
buddy's the one that sold this to me. So it wasn't
okay.
Jeremy. Jeremy
Wasn't
sold me the
Jeremy?
controller. His buddy sold this to me. I'm sorry, I'm spacing your name right at the moment, but super, super. Both of them are very super nice.
Yeah. Good Seattle dudes, old head video game guys. Storm City Retro, look him up on Instagram. Honest, good dude in the space. So,
Yes.
um, yeah, man, that's a
So
solid grade.
so there's a win that makes up for, not all of your grading. I mean, if you're trying to do this for profit, if you look at this from a profit perspective, not all of, and a lot of us aren't, we're just collectors, but you do need to make a profit to keep investing into your collection. So if you get doubles and stuff, that's what you got to do. Uh, from a profit perspective, I'm kind of like 1 for 6 so far, and but that one makes up for a lot of the other losses. Now,
Let's not kid ourselves, right? Let's back up a second here about money in video games and why we buy and why we collect. I think there's a lot of reasons behind that, but ultimately, we all have in the back of our mind, unless we're different, something, in the back of our mind, we're putting our money into this bullshit that's surrounding us. And there's a little thought in that mind that we're parking that money there somewhere.
I'd say so.
Every fucking thing you have in your collection.
Yeah,
And that
I'd
you
say so.
know that you could extract that money out of it. And you can't tell me that 90% of the people that are walking around the Portland Retro Gaming Expo aren't thinking the same thing. 90% of the people that are buying video games, because if I said 90% of the people that are at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I would not say that the cosplay people are thinking that.
Yeah.
Maybe 10% of them are. But I digress. It is, we're putting our money into this shit because we love it. But at one point, we're like, how many times you said, "Oh, if I die, my family's just gonna sell all this shit for nothing at a garage sale," because you value what you put into it. Everybody does in collecting. And if you say that you're just true diehard collector and you buy it because you love video games and you're fat and fucking dumb about it, you're lying to yourself. That's it. You just are.
I see it as a semi-level of store value, but it also,
Yeah.
it, I don't know, it's an addiction
Stored
is what
value
it
that you
is.
can extract money out of eventually.
If,
And
if you had to.
who cares, right? If you have to do that.
Yeah, I
It's
think I,
not it's not Joe Blow 47 on Reddit's call what happens with your shit. And if you have to look at that for justification, you got bigger problems, I guess. I don't know.
selling is part of collecting. It just is.
Any collecting.
There's some people out there who are on their high horse and say they'll never sell or never need to sell or it's against collecting, whatever. That's
Yeah,
fine.
somebody like Pat the NES Punk will even sell his shit. He will.
Yeah,
Like
the
I,
drop of a
I
dime.
don't care either. Good. Go sell it. Make some fucking money. Put some bread on the table. I don't know.
So,
I get so mad at shit for some reason. I don't know. You know why I'm fired up, Matt?
why is that?
Because I found a game on eBay that I've been looking for
Oh,
diligently for the last 3 fucking years. And maybe I missed one or two, but this one was mine and I got it. And it was $20. I got it. I was so pumped. And the motherfucker canceled on me today.
I feel like I jinxed you too. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, he shipped the item, but then he miraculously shipped it and didn't have it. And he sold it locally to somebody. And I'm
Yeah,
not even going to say the fucking game. I'm just like,
yeah.
I
It
sent
was,
the guy a barrage of asshole messages real quick.
it was a load of BS, is what it was. Probably most likely backdoored, which is sad.
Yeah, it was. I. It's not something that you're thinking like, man, I'm gonna go backdoor that item either, right?
No, no, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, who cares? I wouldn't have
Right.
even known what it was.
Okay, Spider-Man 2 on the Wii U,
No,
Walmart exclusives, factory seal for $20. Okay. And the 10% chance that that guy actually sold it prior to this, sorry, I'm bad mouthing you, but You're full of shit. God, it made me so mad. That's the part of me like was like, I have this really cool sealed Wii U collection. None of it's graded, but I got it off Golden, all in one swoop. And for the last, what was that, 2021 I bought it? The last 4 years now, I've been like piecemealing variants into this collection. So I can say I have every variant for the Nintendo Wii U. And I'm whittled it down pretty good. And that stupid fucking Spider-Man game was one of those games I needed. And when you get a game like that, that's like satisfying as hell. It's $20. I'm like, I would have spent 200 bucks on this game. It, it's probably not worth $200, but I would have done it just to say I could fill that hole.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Thanks, Matt. Uh, but I'm not getting the game. And when something like that happens, I just want to throw my hands up in the air and say, fuck it and sell the whole thing. Just like fuck this collection. 3 fucking years on a Spider-Man.
I bet you Eric finds you one now.
Yeah, he's not going to.
I bet you.
Oh no, well, he probably will. I found that. I told him about the Burger Time foreign television, the first print on that, and
You
I'd
found
looked a
one.
long time, and like a week later, he finds one. He's like, "Look what I found." Yeah. Oh, there's the tip of the day. First print Burger Time, the very first home console release of Burger Time came out on the
Um,
Mattel in television in the first print. It's really, really hard to find. So
so I wanted to extend this adventure by two more games. Um,
that's okay. I have tangents and I'm really sorry.
I had purchased two more games to send in with the rest of them. Just randos on eBay, just kind of just showing what I look at. And one was a miss and one was a hit. So the first one was skiing. I don't know. It was 25 bucks. I couldn't pass it up. It looked super minty. Obviously, it wasn't as minty. 92A plus is still nice.
A nice
25,
copy.
50, you're into it 75. It's worth about 100 as it is. Um, and so that's kind of a miss. It's like a break even. But the second one that the same seller had as well, which is why I wanted to buy two, I always like to, let them know, hey, I'm serious. I'm buying all your stuff. Um, was a much better game for $125 and came out much better as well.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, Keystone Capers 92A plus, different story. Um, you know, I'm gonna say it's 700 to $800.
That's a good one, buddy.
That's fair. I have it on my eBay higher, but I'm gonna say I would expect $700 to $800.
When people start understanding the variance and the rarity behind certain Activision games,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool. Maybe it's not everybody's sealed wet dream, but it sure is mine. So,
And the only reason I'd sell that Keystone Capers is because I have one in slightly better grade. That's it. That's the only. It's a slight different variant. This one doesn't have the scratch and sniff sticker, and my other one does. So maybe I keep both. I don't know. Well, no, not true.
or you just get a nice CIB like me. Look at that cool little price sticker there. I love the Activision games, Matt.
They're great.
Music Land, 22.99. Can you believe somebody paid 22.99 for this? They peeled the sticker off of this
I
box, though.
I bought Keystone Capers as a kid.
Yeah, that's an issue right there. But my lord, this is a nice copy of Keystone Capers. Otherwise, look at that. Look at how nice this thing is. Oh,
That's pretty unused.
this is very unused. Look at this. My Activision collection is off the chain for
I'm,
CIV.
I'm surprised you don't have that in a case protector.
Dude, I raw dog it. I say I
Crazy.
like to open my games.
And then just for fun, I sent this in as well. This has nothing to do with should I grade it or not. this was a I should grade.
Yeah, you should grade
Uh,
it.
Dan Kaplan gave this to me. 9.0 A plus. He gave
Yeah,
Josh and I both games,
I
and
got the super bases loaded too. I actually
yeah.
had it in my pile to send in to grade, but it's not a seller, so it wasn't a priority. So
So I had to grade that. I just figured I'd share those in the same batch, and yeah. So should I grade it? So far, kind of striking out, breaking even-ish on that case of games. Now we have, I have a couple more cases uh, of sealed games that I'd bought in like 2001, 2002, just grabbing, speculation all over the place, packing them away. If you guys like that, if you guys like what we did and you want to see us go through another case of just, they're just randos. I'm not saying we're going to run into anything, amazing in there, but maybe, if you want to see that again, let us know. We'll do that. If you don't, tell us to,
no, tough shit. We're gonna do it.
okay, fine.
Okay. Look at this. I was like trying to cram the manuals back in, and this fell out of the manual. It's the
Right.
unused
Oh, a
card.
scratch off.
Yeah, for Keystone Capers.
Don't scratch it.
Catch the crook, all with K's.
But yeah,
So,
I've literally had this box of sealed games sitting here forever. Now I can move it. So thank you for doing this episode so I can get this out of here because this this room looks like almost clean and nice from like this perspective, but all around me is just crap.
dude, that's anybody who puts any shit on the internet ever. If they make a video and they have a backdrop, the shit on the other side is
Oh, it's
fucked.
stupid. It's dumb. Like I wish I could grab the camera and pan around and show you. It's stupid. There's no room to move. I have a chair and then it's just crap.
Oh, you don't want to see my room.
Yeah, yours is
I mean, just look.
nice
Can't
display.
move. I got boxes around me. Oh, it looks pretty good actually. But then you look this way. Oh fuck. Anyway. Um, so yeah, thanks for tuning in to episode 112, you guys.
That's not it.
I
We got
know, but
we
I
got
just wanted to throw a mid show thank you in.
I got a
Uh,
couple things to share, so let's do it.
okay, well, no VGA, right? They went bankrupt and the world's falling apart.
Let's do that on the next episode. You
Okay.
want to do that here? You can do it here. That's fine.
I just wanted to say that they're not going bankrupt.
Oh, okay.
Their parent company is the Jeppy Family Enterprises, who owns Diamond Distribution. And there's been many press releases that say Diamond Distribution owns VGA. Okay, so maybe they do. Diamond Distribution filed for bankruptcy. And if you don't know who Diamond Distribution is, they're the largest comic distributor up until the pandemic, and they single-handedly had a monopoly on distributing comics for DC and Marvel for years. And so when the pandemic came around, they shut down, and then DC and Marvel was like, fuck that, we're going to find other distributors. And so they bounced. That's the gist of it.
Wow.
That company, Diamond Distribution, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which was restructuring, reorganizing the company, selling off other assets, doing other things. That does not mean VGA is a bankrupt company. VGA is profitable as a grading company. They're going to be fine. They stated that they're looking for suitors to buy other pieces of their empire. So I don't know what that means, but they're fine. If you send games to VGA, rest assured it's okay.
Yeah, I actually just sent something to them and they got it and
Good.
they emailed me right away and I was like, man, I haven't sent stuff in a long time, so it'll be fun to go through the process again. But
Yeah, it will be. And they have their site is updated and it's functional. You can go look up grades on there, and I don't know. Seems to be like doing okay. So, but don't fret. They're not bankrupt.
all right, you ready?
No. Oh, he's screen sharing. Fuck. We had Halo 4.
Yeah, we got some Halo 4 updates. Finally, I know so many of you have been emailing me, messaging me, calling me, knocking on my front door. You want some
Gamer
Halo 4
stocks.
updates.
Hey, what'd that force score sell for? Look at that.
February, we don't care.
Oh,
What? Oh, it sold for 320 with the
Jesus.
two controllers.
Oh, the two controllers is dope. I got those. Huh.
Uh, yeah, this is a solid looking sale here. Halo 4. This is just yesterday. 98 A plus 187.50. Woo! Let's go. If I had my lovely chart from Timmy Two Toes, we could add this and have a huge spike in it. So and show the uptrend and yeah, oops, we didn't want to do that. Just happened.
Yeah, it's called Yellow 4.
That
Don't
didn't
miss
work.
out.
Okay, there we go. But then here, we're gonna give you some insider tips here, or I'm gonna give you some insider trading information. So here's a
Can you give
play.
some just the tip?
There was
Just the
also a
insider tip?
sale on Certified Link of a Halo 4 98 A plus for 112.
You fucking bid on it.
Technically, yeah, I did bid on this. Technically, I think I know who won it too, which is funny. Technically, you could buy this, send it to Heritage, and sell it for more and make,
Or actually lose money because of a 25% buyer's premium.
yeah,
So
it's going to cut real close when you include shipping. Maybe you
you're
make
gonna lose money if you send it to
you
her.
could be positive $2, but you'll be supporting FedEx and Heritage and Certified all at once.
Hey, $2 is $2, man.
Yeah, and make $2. So that is our Halo 4 update for this week. Hope to have more in the future.
There's nothing wrong with making $2, right? It's what it is you have to make $2 at scale. So, well, you want to see my Halo 4 update?
Yeah,
I got Halo 4
let's see
update
your
here.
Halo 4 update
Yeah.
because then we have comments to go to after that.
Okay. Halo 4 not in there. This one was a real pain in the ass to get a high grade on.
That's what she said.
Halo 4 soundtrack.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
98A plus.
Yeah.
Not many of these sealed out there. Not like the other Halo soundtracks.
I
This
like it.
one was not released by something, whatever the company
Other
was. What the
the
fuck?
other two people.
Something else. Something else was the other record label that did every other goddamn Halo soundtrack except Halo 4. And Halo 4 soundtrack OST is tough factory sealed. So
It is.
98A plus Halo 4 soundtrack,
We gave
98A plus Halo 4.
we gave that inside information at Portland Retro Games to Dan Gomez,
Oh yeah.
and he still didn't buy it.
Hmm. Okay.
Nice,
That's
nice,
my Halo 4 update.
nice copy. I like it.
Yeah. I was
Expand.
really hoping for that A plus plus, but
You think y'all think we're joking about Halo 4 when we're not.
Halo 4 soundtrack is a banger. Even ask our buddy Ghost.
Oh, dude, he is a closet whore for Halo 4.
Closet or one that
Yeah.
only comes out when you pull the brooms out, huh? So
I have nothing to good but good to say about that kid. He finally played Halo with me, and maybe we'll do an episode on that. So that was a lot of fun.
yeah,
I'll let him update how our Halo went, and
he probably just beat your ass.
he did, and that's to be expected. We'll bring him on the show and we'll talk about it.
Oh,
But
that's right. The episode was this our last episode? Jesus, I haven't even been in the game room down
yeah,
here doing the episode.
110 back in
Oh,
when was this?
this was
November. It was November or something.
yeah, I was at my in-laws' house.
Yeah. Yeah, we barely got you on for that one. That
That's
was
right. I forgot. Ooh,
Yeah, let's oh, I haven't looked at these comments, so 18 comments. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Sort by news first. Okay. 2 weeks ago. Man, Brian is on it. I have to apologize to Brian. I kind of bid him up on something I didn't know he was bidding on. So sorry,
Oh,
Brian.
good.
Sorry, not
Good.
sorry.
Make him pay.
You got a crazy score. I'm not going to say what it was, but
It's his fee to be a moderator in the CIB group, Matt.
Dude, I will say this. I don't know anybody who's in as he's got to be a moderator in more groups than I'm in groups.
Oh my God.
He
Dude,
is-
every time there's like a new post somewhere that I haven't seen, it's like Brian has commented on. I'm like, it's honestly,
I don't know how he does it because he is across like every paintball, Facebook page, video games. I'm just like, all right.
yeah.
He's like Eric only with Facebook.
Dan Rigger used to be that way, but he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. He posts randomly. Just
Yeah.
all right, Brian, cards and cardboard. Uh, if the Pioneers Atari Showcase doesn't bring you guys back, I don't know what will. You know what?
Damn.
We didn't go over that, and I'm a little salty over that stupid effing auction because somebody mentioned I I don't think he was doing it maliciously, but it's just, well, I won't even talk about that. But the games I was after went sky high, like more than 2021 prices, and man, that just sucks. I think I was outed on what I collect, and yeah,
Well, what was it?
that's they're Sears telegames.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. They went sky high, like more than
what did the haunted house go for?
the haunted house went for nine something, which is I kind of expected that, but the other three all went for nine as well. And I even when I bowed out, it was still going back and forth with two others.
Dude, that haunted house, that was my copy. I bought it at a Goodwill here in Eugene for $8.
Wow.
I sold that to Josh Enton, and yeah, that's a rare game.
Y-
I I, I
Yeah,
think I maybe got 150 bucks for it when I sold it.
yeah, Eric needed it, and we just kind of, we'll even share with you in case you want some, and it's like, hey, if you're gonna bid on this, I'm not going to, it's just friendly battling, and
Yeah,
but I need this one for my collection. He's like, okay, I won't bid on that, you don't bid on this, and but it still went. I mean, Haunted House, I expected to go probably a grand, but the other two or three, I mean, one of them was a 6.5. It was a more common telegames. I didn't have it, but it still went for nine. And I was just like, dude, sorry. Yeah, these are rare, but
yeah.
I was pissed. I was, eh, yeah, I won't get into it, but that's fine.
Well, you did get one game out of there, right?
I did. To be fair, I mean, I was going to use it as my win. I was mad. I was raging mad. So, it just came down to the end and I was like, screw this. And there was a nice I'll show it later, but CIB Sears Telegame Superman. And
Yeah, that's a game right there.
I know I'm probably never going to find one sealed or never
Nobody's
want
gonna
to
find that sealed, Matt.
pay the price. So I knew I was bidding apparently against Sam a little bit at the end, but it still went for a good price. And
Would that end at?
with hammer and shipping, it was 320.
Wait, how much?
320.
$320
Yeah, with hammer, with shipping,
for
all
a
in.
Sears Telegame CIB Superman.
Correct.
That's $1,000 game, buddy.
That's what I thought.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
That's a nice
So,
copy too. It's undergraded. I know the copy. Um,
yeah, I was just gonna say I looked at it as a 2020 grade and I was like,
it's a really nice copy.
how is this box a 6.0 and there's a tear at the back?
Nah, it's like a 7.5 box.
I would say it's like at least a 7.0. So
No, it's a 7.5. I've seen it, Matt. It's a 7.5 box. The manual's like a 8.5 and the cart's whatever. I can't remember,
was it
but
yours?
no, it's not mine, but I looked at the copy before it was graded.
Oh,
It's a nice copy.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. So
Yeah.
I guess an idiot for complaining because I did get something great. I was just
No,
salty.
that was a deal. You
Yeah.
probably would have lost it, but I wasn't even watching the auction, so I'm glad you got it.
And Sam was bidding on it too, and he said, "Oh, I
Yeah,
just stopped."
Sam bitched out.
Thanks, Sam. Anyway, okay, you're up next.
All right. Brian also says, "Where's the discussion on the Marty O'Donnell collection?" Well, we had a little discussion here, but if you want to hear more, uh, we'll get Dan. We could see if Dan wants to come on and talk about it. That would be kind of neat.
Sure. I'd love to bring Marty on.
Yeah,
I
Marty
think
the one man party, not O'Donnell. Jeez.
I think we can get Marty on here.
What
Eric
if we
has
had
Eric has an in with him.
Marty the one man party and Marty O'Donnell on at the same time? Hmm.
Then it wouldn't it, there's a joke lying in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Okay. What's up? What's next?
Okay, sorry. Mr. Ackley. Does he always change his name? Josh is Brandon. Josh
God,
is
whenever I want to tag him on Facebook, I'm like, what the fuck did he change his name
yeah,
to?
he's always
I
changing it.
can't figure it out.
Velvet Elf or I don't know what he's
I don't even know what it is now.
I don't
Brandon, stick to something. Come on, dude.
yeah, come on, man.
You're killing me.
Josh's we know who you are. Josh's open road memory hunting games hits home. It's sad to me. This was 2 months ago. Wow. It's sad to me with so much instant gratification, YouTube videos, the internet generally, Amazon ratings, etc., has largely killed the unknown what if anticipation of what a game could be. By just looking at the cover and screenshots in the store, modern gaming bros don't know the feeling, and for them, that sucks.
That's right. It does suck, man. And maybe they're gonna figure out that feeling in something that we can't even comprehend, right? Like maybe that feeling will exist for those people. I don't know. They'll remember unpacking their gaming PC or some bullshit. I don't know. It's just different. Yeah. Maybe it's just gone.
Yeah,
Hey, make love, not robots. That is
great
a
name.
that is true.
I love the name.
Yeah. Happy holiday season. Did you guys pick up anything during Black Friday or otherwise? I was able to snag a 30th anniversary PS5 Slim. Pretty happy about that one.
Ooh.
Tony was a great guest. Hopefully, we will see him again in the future. We will absolutely see Tony because Tony's a G. Um, and Make Love Not Robots. I think this is a dude named Josh. I think that's who it is. I gotta look him up on Instagram. Pretty sure I know this dude. And yeah, I didn't get anything on Black Friday. This is a long time ago,
Yeah, I
but
don't
I did
even.
get a PS5. The 30th anniversary PS5 was pretty sweet. I would have liked to get one, but I got a PS5 because I like to play video games too. And Astrobot is amazing. If you, I recommend get a PS5 and get Astrobot. If you got a kid who is like 4 to 7 years old and you want like a fantastic video game experience with your kid, even a kid who's 10 years old is going to enjoy it. But like if you want a gaming experience on a single player platformer where your kid is learning how to play a platforming game, Astrobot hits every box. It is like it reminds me of Mario 64, like to no ends. It is so fucking good.
Wow.
It is absolutely one of the best games I've ever played. So, Astrobot for PS5. Buy a PS5, get Astrobot. Highest recommendations.
All right.
5 stars. Okay.
I'll take
Yeah, I think it's Make Love Not Robots. Josh, let's see. Let's see who you are. Your Instagram. I know you.
Michael's Butts and Putts. 3011. Nerds. Just kidding. Laughing my ass off.
No, Make
Uh,
Love Not Robots is Greg R.
Greg R. Welcome to the channel, sir.
Yeah, I follow the dude. He's got the upside down Mario Duck Hunt cart. That's cool.
Michael's Butts and Putts. That's a great name right there.
Okay, what did Michael's Butts and Putts say?
Nerds. Just kidding. Laughing my ass off. I know. I said yes, indeed.
You could say not just kidding because it would be true, and that's okay. Okay. Lucas hyphen Z1J8Z, all lowercase letters, by the way. Thank you so much for the amazing video. Could you help me with something unrelated? I have a SafePal wallet with USDT, and I have to seed phrase, alarm fetch, churn bridge, exercise tape, speak, race clerk, couch crater letter. What's the best way to send them to Binance? That's exactly right. Yep.
Have your
Have your
mom mail
mom
it
mail
to
it to
them.
them.
That's one of the first spam messages we've had.
Alarm fetch, churn bridge, exercise tape, speak, race.
It's just
I
spam.
love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucas.
It's cheat code weekly. The Smash 98A++ was a different copy. There was a recent find of a high grade Smash.
Yeah. That recent find of a high grade smash was with your mom smashing.
I'm not putting that.
Oh, okay.
Is that Henry? It is. Cheat
So
code.
late HC. What happened to my mom?
What the hell?
The late HC. Bro, cheat code weekly. Get all famous on us, Henry, and you go and make a video with GRG. I don't know, get the Greg dude.
They did have me
Okay.
on an episode. It's
Yeah.
not going to air for a while, but we'll see.
Oh, it's gonna err on the side of caution. Okay. Uh, tax money. Amazing content as always. Thanks. Was wondering last year you mentioned experimenting with exposing to sunlight games VGA.
Yes.
Oops. I never sent my other game to CGC. So
I do have a case
we could just pull out some games that are already graded and do it.
no, I have a case of that haven't seen the light of day of Britney Spears. I was going to open that and do it.
We got Hannah Montana. Ooh, that would be fun. I think that'd be better than NSYNC. Maybe we should just see what fades faster, Hannah Montana or Britney Spears. I'm gonna say it's Britney Spears.
Dude, I feel sad for that chick.
Uh,
Ah,
Miley Cyrus is a little relevant.
is it me or you? No, that was you. Robert Finley. Really enjoyed listening to Tony on this episode. Smart, prepared, informative, and positive.
Yeah, it's completely different from what you typically get here. So I agree. It was prepared and smart, informative, and
He is prepared
typically
way
get
more
it
than we are.
unprepared, less
Yeah,
positive, not very smart, but we are informative. I will say that we are.
we just come on here and spitball, or Josh does, and I just sit here.
Craig Snyder likes this guy. Oh, okay. I like Craig Snyder too. Craig's a G. I like this guy. No ego, seems comfortable admitting that he doesn't know certain things about the hobby. I also started collecting sealed at around the same time he did. Good guess. Yeah. Tony's a good dude. Craig, we need you on the podcast. Yeah, we do.
On this podcast.
Yeah. Craig,
Sure.
I'd love to have Craig on here. Craig, would you please come on the podcast?
Uh, And I'm not, there are some people lined up for the podcast. I have not forgotten about you, especially if you're watching this. Like we said, we have been MIA for almost 3 months. So I'm going to loop back around and get back to you guys. I apologize.
Yeah.
Not skipping anybody.
Yeah.
Brian again, Carts and Cardboard, major supporter of the channel. If Josh ever learned how to do the video editing, he could cut out all the mentions of Halo. I'm also going to assume that there were uh, expletives cut out after Josh was talking about having to spend an extra $50 for every game you want to crack and regrade.
Do you cut out my expletives, Matt?
I don't cut anything out. I literally cut as little as possible, and I do that purposely because I love to see people screw up in videos. And the only time I cut things out is when there's personal information or somebody shared something that they don't want publicly or accidentally got shared. That's literally the only time. Or
Or somebody
uh,
has to take shit.
yeah, if somebody has to go to the bathroom or somebody interrupts, I'll clip that out.
That's fair.
But even sometimes I leave that in. So literally, I cut as little to nothing out as possible. That way, you get the real deal as much as possible because I like that. So
Good. Okay, Michael says, I'm bummed Blockbuster wasn't first. I was actually getting a little worried. I am worried I didn't see Blockbuster here. Also, Michael, I'm a little worried. That's the only comment you made on the video. So what the hell, dude? Um, Too busy with your family. I get it. That's fine. Um, we expect more from you, Michael.
Tim,
And Timmy O.
Timmy Two Toes.
Guess who's back? Back again. Tim's back. Tell a friend. Does it even matter that I'm second? And where's Blockbuster? Blockbuster's in the what? Blockbuster's here under Timmy. Cheat code weekly. All right, what
Yeah,
does that mean?
yeah, that name. He's gonna give you the cheat code, bro.
You
Did I
cheat.
did I not reply to him? Oh, I did reply to him. Third,
Grats on first.
you got the Robin.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Man. Hmm.
All right. How do we get out of this?
I don't know. How do we even get into this?
I COVID hit, I think, and Dennis is like, "Let's do a video game," and you're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah," and that's how we got into it.
Eh,
We're gonna be called three frogs in a blender. That was the
hmm.
name.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
good.
glad we went with super generic.
Yeah, good thing we didn't go with three
Hmm.
frogs in a blender. Would make
Three
a whole lot of
flogs in a
sense.
blender. I like three flogs in a blender.
All right,
What'd
what
you
do you
get?
got for wins?
I bought a lot of shit
I got
since
a
November, but I've pared it down pretty good here. Um,
I got a lot.
I
But
graded a bunch of my soundtracks. So see what we got. I picked out the best ones. Got a Halo Wars 2, 988
nice.
plus plus.
Oh, those grades are awesome.
Until I get tens on them, I'm keeping the 988 plus. Reach around 988 plus plus.
Dude,
Anniversary 988 plus plus.
man, I'm jealous already. I don't even know if I might have like one copy of those.
Gears of War 988 plus plus. Halo 3
I don't have that in that grade.
988 plus plus. Oh, this one's pretty good. Volume 1 of Halo 2 soundtrack and a 10.
Dude,
Yeah. So, um I'm keeping the A plus plus 9/8 until I get tens on them. I have a 10 Assassin's Creed coming back, and not all of them are mint. I'm like, I bought a bunch of these looking for nice ones, and
yeah,
sometimes you get them cracked, sometimes they just They show up as they do, and that's it. What was this one? Oh, and then the Halo 4 988 Plus. I'm only keeping that because it's really tough to find sealed in general. So, um, a while back, Frank Cifaldi of the Video Game History Foundation ran a auction. I think it ended on Giving Tuesday or whatever day that is in November. I bought and Limited Run Games donated all this pre-production and prototype shit
Oh,
to Frank to auction so they could give the money to them. This is a the display only cover for Night Trap on the limited runs release. So it's got the RP rating pending on the bottom of it. And it was the I don't know if they released this cover, but it's the mock-up for it. So
did they actually work with Nintendo to release that?
yeah, they released all sorts of bullshit that
Wow.
nobody re-released all sorts of bullshit, I should say.
Wow.
Locally, this guy has a little store in town here called Retro Joe's. Super good dude. Had this in his store, and I paid market for it because I was like, hell yeah, I will buy a nice, well, it's a decent copy of a demo of Mario Brothers.
Demo.
Yeah, demo
Can I
tape.
can I ask
Screener.
what that?
They're 50 to 60 bucks.
Okay, that's
They're
fair.
not very much, but they're very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
freaking awesome.
I wanted to plug Astrobot, but I already did. I got this. Me and my son have been murdering this game, so we're almost platinum on it. And then I got a Famicom game. It's a game from Taiwan, and Frank sent me this and said, "Hey, this is weird. It's something unique about this." And the photo, it looked like it was a standard size NES box, but it is not. But the game is Enjoyable Horse Racing by Super Mega, and it just screams Sachin, so I had to buy it. But the kicker on this son of a bitch is that on the back it has a US address on it. You see that shit?
Huh.
Um, which means that a million things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they were planning to release this in the US or they had US distribution at some point, but it only came out this way. Super Mega release at 93 or 90, 91. I don't know, but it's a unique Famicom game. Never came
91.
out on 72 pin, but it's
Wow.
enjoyable too. It's enjoyable horse racing. Um, oh yeah, I got a couple gifts from some dude that I haven't opened up yet, but I was
You
planning to.
haven't opened it?
No, I was waiting to
Are
do it
you
on.
kidding me?
No,
Oh, dude.
is it
One of
food?
those I don't know if you want to show on air.
Oh, I won't then.
Oh, I was wondering why you didn't comment on them. I'm like, dude, did you
No, I
not
was.
look?
God, I had a box knife down here and everything to open my sealed games. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, is it food?
No, one of them is a variant I don't know if everybody should know about
Okay,
just
I
yet.
won't show it then.
Okay. You can open it
We'll
and I'll
just be
add
like,
it.
hey, God damn it! I had
Um,
a box knife. Not here now. This is a nice reusable box too. I don't want to destroy it. Nice.
you'll you can open it, that's fine. Just
Okay. All right.
I just wouldn't, I don't know. Because I know a few people looking for them. I don't, it's tough. I'll be transparent with people. It's tough sharing rare variants that you're looking for, publicly, because then if it takes you years just to find one, it's not that I don't want to share it. It's that, you're actively looking for it and it took you years to even discover it. And then you're trying to find one for yourself. And it's like
We'll
some
just we'll
people,
just be brief on this. Are you fucking kidding me?
did you open it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a couple of years to find that.
Jesus, Matt.
Yeah. You don't, yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there.
I was wondering why you
You
said
have one?
nothing. I was like, dude,
You have one?
do my gifts suck? Yeah, I have one. I
No.
do.
That's amazing.
I
I look,
managed.
I've looked a long time for one. I do not have one.
No, it took me 3 years to get the
Okay,
two.
so you have one. There's a few other people looking for it.
Yeah, I still wouldn't because I just missed one because I somebody else wanted it and I
Well,
didn't
they
get
knew what
it.
it was at that point, right?
Yeah, a couple of people know.
Yeah. There's a reason why that exists.
Yeah, what's we can what's the other gift?
It's wrapped up. Look at this.
That
I
one.
literally have these sitting here thinking, I'm like, we got to do this podcast. What was the framed photo of
I
you,
was
man?
wondering. These are Christmas gifts. These are-
No, man. Oh,
Oh,
this is
to be
fucking rad.
fair, Josh got me a Christmas gift too.
Yeah.
So
The
I had this
Duker.
sitting here as well. I didn't realize that we had a Christmas gift sitting here.
Oh,
I
this is
didn't
great. Where
I
did you
didn't have
get this? This is fucking awesome.
Eric sent that to me like a long time ago. He's like, this is right up Josh's alley. You should get this for him for
Yeah, it
Christmas.
is.
So that's partially from Eric, I suppose. He's like, Josh would love
Oh, it's a
this.
Costco bundle. That's so fucking cool. Oh, wow, that is wild.
I
I've seen a
thought
lot of Costco bundles,
I
Sam's
thought it
Club
was
bundles.
cool.
I've never seen that one.
There you go.
That is unreal. And it's not like blister. It's fucking cardboard.
It's old.
That's really cool. 29. You know,
I didn't
bundles
buy.
for Dreamcast games are pretty uncommon.
Yeah, that I was looking at it, I was like, man, that's weird.
It is a Sam's Club or a Costco. So that's definitely their MO. I've never seen one like that. That's cool as shit.
I'm surprised you didn't see it, but Eric's pretty quick at things. He's
Yeah,
like,
Eric's quick, except he lost us on a amazing PS1 game the other day. Couldn't believe it. Did he show you that?
no. Or maybe he
Man.
did. Just
He
laughing.
got one of them and then like obviously he wasn't paying attention because the seller listed another one and he didn't buy it.
Dude, it's like sometimes you got to have some pain before you learn your lesson.
I know, man. Oh wow, this other thing is wild, Matt.
The what?
This is unreal.
Yeah, I was surprised that you said nothing. I was like, man, I suck. Or he hates me. I was like, one of the two.
I've I've looked a long time for
Well, now
one.
you don't have to. That's my thank you for telling me about it. And then
Well, nobody knew, right?
yeah, that's my thank you. I that was always my intention was to get one for you and one for me.
Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
That's a keeper. This is by far the version of Minecraft that we play
Yeah.
the most. The Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
the
version.
Switch.
Hmm. Yeah, me and my kids. Big game.
All right. You good?
I think that's it. I
I
mean, I bought a lot. Oh, I got a couple other things. I got these off Heritage. They were buried in a lot of CIB games because Heritage does these CIB lots every now and then. This one's wild.
Oh, dude.
Marketing copy of Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super Nintendo game. Right?
Wow.
Already an expensive CIB, but the added sticker is just unreal. So there was all these Konami games, and these were the only ones that had remaining like marketing stickers on them. I think there was a
Wow.
couple NES games that I kept out of the lots too, but they all came from some former employee at Konami. So really cool internal items. So
Good eye.
yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Oh, I look at all the lot auctions on Heritage.
Yeah, because they're not marked out very well.
Nothing slips by me, buddy.
All right.
That's for
I got a few things, I suppose.
All right.
Sorry to
Yeah.
drag this episode on. I'll try and
That's
make it
okay.
quick. All right, first off, I think I have to thank Eric for linking me to this. Is an actual signed. copy
Ooh.
of Modern Warfare 3 with the actual signatures of the developers. That's pretty sweet. I'm a Call of Duty guy. That's right up my alley. I got a So there's two homebrews of Halo I didn't have. One is a Halo Dreamcast homebrew. Uh, it's weird. I'm also looking for one other that's harder to find. I would appreciate it if anybody could find it for me. It's the Game Boy one. I know you can burn it and make your own and all that stupid stuff. I want one that's pre-made. I don't need to go through that whole process. It's Halo Devolved for Game Boy. There was a guy over in Europe that had a bunch. He wouldn't ship them over here. I think he was making them. And then I had somebody in Europe actually buy from him and he wouldn't ship to him. And I was like, what the F, dude? Anyway, I'll find one eventually. If anybody knows where I can get one or whatever, I'll happy to pay you for one, even if you get one. Um, that's what I'm looking for. I did get some games in the wild find. They were wet and moldy. I was going to open this up and show all the mold and stuff, but I'm not going to on this episode. Filling in some games that I needed. I got some black box game variants that I needed. These are matte sticker black boxes. I did get a gloss duck hunt I didn't have.
Like
Uh,
Gloss Duck Hunt is
hard to
surprisingly hard to find.
Yeah, and it went cheap, and I was surprised because I knew that it was harder. I did get a for display only Halo 3.
Oh, that's cool.
I think Eric probably linked me to that as well. And I got an amped soundtrack that's sealed. I was asking Gomez if they can grade these. He's not sure because it's super small and thin. Really stoked about that.
Hmm.
And let's do,
Isn't Stoked another snowboarding game on Xbox?
I don't know.
I think it is. That's funny.
Look, I did get one. I'll do this real quick. I did find unrelated, but I collect these big box old GI Joe.
Hmm.
Um,
The adult size GI Joe boxes.
yeah, this is what we rented when we were kids. Yeah, it's exactly the adult size. And then I did add another Sears Telegames. Eric already had his, so I was free to bid as I could. Uh,
Demons to Diamonds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a tougher one. 8.0, really great grade.
They're all impossible, Matt.
Yeah, it's stupid ridiculous. And I
It's
feel
funny when you're like, oh yeah, I think Demons and Diamonds is more common because there's like five. So
I feel dumb for sharing that I collect these, just because they're hard enough to find, and when there's more people out there, it just adds to the impossibility of it. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
That's the catch 22 and all this shit, right? Like,
Yeah, you want to share and be honest and things like that, and sometimes it bites you, but it is what
yeah,
it is.
the Minecraft one is a big one for me.
Yeah.
I think it's harder to find than the first print of the 360 one. Like,
Yeah, it's just getting the first print for the 360 in a good grade. That's
right, like you can find a 360 first print, but finding just a CIB of
yeah,
the Minecraft on Switch, even CIB is impossible.
yeah,
I,
but
yeah.
uh,
Who else is looking for that?
I can't say. Um,
Shit.
there's more to that story, and I'm going to leave it alone for now.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'll do one more just to get it out because I have games everywhere. I did. No, I'll save that one. I think we're. No, I'll do one more. I did buy one more game off of Heritage. Sorry for the long wins, but we haven't been around for a while. I did buy a VGA Super Mario Brothers 85 plus DS.
Nice.
It's Mario, it's DS, it's 85 plus. There's still a part of my heart that loves the old VGA and grading and all of that. But yeah, okay, that's it. That's a
Okay,
lot.
that's it. Um, we got stuff coming up. we're gonna do another episode sooner than later.
Yep.
So
Thanks for watching. If you got this far, you're crazy, but we appreciate it. Thoughts, comments below. Email us, write us, reach out, whatever you want. Just say hi.
yeah,
And Josh is a rock star now. He's famous because people are recognizing him from the show. So
this is weird. Some random was like, "Hey, you use a video game collector's book?" I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah.
you're famous, bro.
At a thrift store. Couldn't believe it. Like, what
That's
the?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you got 15 minutes out of
Something. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
it. But honestly, if you do see us in person, I don't care if you come up and say hi. Just be
I don't either. I just thought it was weird.
random.
Yeah.
But we yeah, we love you all. Thanks for watching and supporting us. Just your likes, like I guess like the video if you like it. It just helps us get out to more people. If you like the information,
Yeah, and
we
if you really don't like it, please say something. I'm happy to have you on the show so you can say your piece.
yeah, well, I don't mind improving the show too. So your thoughts and comments help us improve it and make it better for not just you but for everybody. So yeah,
Yeah, but just realize that your thoughts and comments may turn into somebody offering you thoughts and prayers because I might destroy you. So, anyway,
okay. Thanks again for watching. Glad to be back with new season, and we'll see you again next time.
season 4.
We're in season 5, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is
That's
season
hard.
5.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
See you guys.